precisely breast cancer.
Okay.
Breast cancer.
Okay.
So, madam, what actually happened to you?
You know, the thing is, I had is 6 years of the thing. When it started, I noticed a growth at the nipple of my breast. So when I noticed it, I thought it was boiled.
Okay.
So I showed my husband. My husband said, okay, let's watch it. After 1 year, the thing still remains the same. So he now brought this double stem cell. So he said I should use the double stem cell and let's see how it goes. And I started using it. So on the process, after using 4 packs, he gave me the one they put in water.
Okay.
There's one they put in water. Snow Fort. Yes. So I drank that one. Then we didn't notice any change. He's now said no, that double stem cell is a gradual healer, that it will regenerate the cells, that it does not work like magic like that, that the system has to get used to it before it begins to function. But as a woman, I cannot keep quiet, something that has taken that long. So I went to Divine Mix Hospital, they referred me to FMC, as FMC, they referred me to their surgical unit. So when I went, they sent me on biopsy and mammogram. So the mammogram said they suspected cancer. Then the biopsy said inflammation. So when I went there, my people said no. But FMC, they are giving me 2 weeks appointment. That is delaying it. The earlier the better. So they now said I have to change hospital. So they moved me to Genesis Hospital at Ikeja. So when we got to the Genesis Hospital, the specialist that is in charge of that cancer now checked my result and said the thing is interesting, that he will not work on this result. Excuse me, that I need to go for CT scan.
Yeah.
So they referred me to CT scan at Surulere site. So we went for the CT scan. They checked the heart, the liver, the kidney, in fact they checked everything. So after all said and done, everything is in order. But in their conclusion, they wrote confirmed case of cancer, but it has not spread. So then he now said, okay, what have I used since I noticed it? I now said double stem cell is what I've used. He said, he heard about this stem cell, that this must cost a lot of money. My husband said yes, that is the one that gave it to me. So, okay, since I have used that one, let us still keep you at watch. Because if after he gave me a month's appointment in 3 months' time, and when I come back, if nothing has happened, he will now operate it. That he will not only remove the nipple, that he will remove the breast. So instead of him removing the breast, let him give this double stem cell chance to see how it will work. So after a month plus, after betting, I saw pus. I called my husband, he brought something, he started removing the pus. After removing it, as if it had finished. 2 days after, it swelled up again. Like where hot water poured someone. So even my maid that came to see it, when I opened it, they said, no, they can't look at it. After 4 days, I was just, that day my husband was not around, I was just after bathing, I went to clean up, and now 4 pus. The thing now pour like water, and after that day, it started drying, and that was the end of it.
Wow.
But to keep myself safe that I'm cured, I still went for the appointment. So after explaining to the doctor, he started saying, I have to remove my clothes, he want to examine me. So after all said and done, he said, madam, that God has healed you, that you are healed. So we paid the follow-up money, and he said, no more appointments. But he just gave me an advice that on a yearly basis, I should go for cancer check, mammogram. By the time I do it 2-3 years, I should forget about it.
Tell the story of how I got to fertilization. I have a baby and a 9-year-old child, because it was 2 months ago. I had an issue with the heart. For 8 years, I've managed the heart with Zinat. These antibiotics are by 2,800. At least I must have 2 bottles at home in case of emergency. I don't bath him. I bath him once or twice a week, and it must be a serious hot water. I managed this for 8 years. He doesn't go out when it rains, when it's cold. When it's cold, he stays at home, off from school. He wears cardigan, come rain, come shine. He must go out with at least 2 cardigans. Until I met this double stem cell. The lady showed me this. It can actually deal with every issue in his body. Then because of the Zinat he takes, his immune system was so low That's what the doctor told us. And because they started having issues with the gum, he had holes in the teeth, 9 holes to be precise. I filled the first 3, filled the second 3, then the last 3. I got home that day and the gums were swollen with pulse. He couldn't play, he couldn't eat, he couldn't do anything. I started crying. And as I was crying, that voice told me to go back to that stem cell. I actually called a lady up and we administered stem cell to my baby. Just one single sachet. I gave him half under the tongue. I licked the remaining half. That was around 8 o'clock in the morning. At exactly 3 o'clock in the afternoon, my baby ran to me, shouting and pleading that the pulse, the pains, the swelling on the gums had disappeared. Lo and behold, there was no pain, no swelling. All the pains had gone. We continued giving him double stem cell for like 2.5 packs. Every issue about the gum disappeared. No more to take, no more pains. And after treating the gums, we were just there. But after some months, no cough, no cold, no catarrh. At a time we felt maybe the cough was turning into something else. But lo and behold, from that July till November, nothing happened. Then one day my baby entered the bathtub and bathed himself cold water for the first time in 8 years. After a serious bathtub of cold water, he ran out and shouted, "My mommy, I bath cold water." Immediately he shouted cold water. I said, "God, I'm in trouble." I started preparing myself for maybe a 1 week or 2 weeks admission because I knew it was going to tell on him. But I was monitoring my baby, nothing happened. Started playing, continued playing, and wow, is this real? Cold water and nothing happened, no complications. From that day till today, my baby started bathing cold water. We stopped using Sinat, no more hospital, no more Zinat, no more antibiotics. Started living a normal life, no pain, no cough, till today. My baby has actually matured so much because Zinat actually dried him up. But he has matured, he has changed. When you see him, people that knew him will come to me and say, "Come, what did you do to this baby?" And I say, "Wow, he's God through Stemcell." That's what we talk about. Try to sign double. Stemcell.